Thatcher.
Thatcher, yeah, actually, yeah. Cromwell, take a pick, really.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Henry VIII.
We're not calling the kid Cromwell.
That's just that's just life advice generally to anyone else watching at home.
Load a payload over. I read you, low. What is it?
just don't.
That's fine, boss.
And if you are called Cromwell, I'm so sorry. Like, genuinely so sorry.
You've got my vote, Cora. Oh, you finally learned how to make
Fun fact, by the way, there is actually a novelization for this game as well, which is quite a rarity.
Oh!
Command board.
Yep, it was actually written by.
It's very dialogue heavy, so I could feel it working.
Yep. It was actually written by Alan Dean Foster, who has done novelizations for the Alien series and for Star Wars.
Oh, okay.
Blow out.
Yeah.
Cockpit out.
So our first conundrum here is that we can't use our special shovel on that boulder because it's not going to work. So silly of me, of course, forgot an item. that was what happened there. So enjoy as I wander out into space for a second. It's a good thing that Attila has just kind of stopped where it is, or else this would be a serious problem.
He's taking a nap, okay? Not
I
expecting
mean,
going
Back
up
to
to-
the shuttle, folks.
It's traveled a lot.
Catherine hates miners. You're going on straight.
Yeah, it's on full circle, lads. That's why it's a Thatcher. This is how Thatcher came back, reincarnated as a celestial body, trying to destroy the world, like she always wanted to.
Let's head on back to the surface, folks. I hope we finish up this time.
So we're also establishing here what the characters are like. So, like, Brink is a little, Brink is kind of like a bit of a dry, quite dry German geologist. Maggie's the kind of the sassy one of the three.
Can't imagine.
Yeah, I know, shocking, I know. Whereas Boston is like just basically kind of the gruff military man. It's kind of like the and kind of establishing like they've all got jobs to do and we better do it and all that, while also having like a genuinely decent banter. Now the other thing about this,
How many quadrants do you have to do?
just two. So we planted the first bomb on the top right quadrant. Essentially just basically go to each one and just see if is there somewhere you can plant a bomb. That's essentially what we're doing here. So we've already done number 2, and now we're going to do number 3 here.
Cora, Ken, I'm jamming the shovel.
And
again, this-
Then using maximum down
This kind of checks out because all we're doing is just want to just basically move the trajectory away from Earth enough, essentially. And these are actual nuclear bombs, by the way. These are proper nukes that we're detonating.
Might work. Boss, be careful. If the handle breaks, maximum down thrust will smash you right
There's still a rocket in my pocket.
You know the saying, whether the stone
If you're happy to
hits
see
the
me.
glass or the glass hits the stone, it ain't gonna hurt the stone. Thanks for the encouragement, Ken. Frank, if this actually works, the boulder's going to come flying straight at you. Better fly clear. Thanks for the warning.
Okay, so I'm guessing this mission doesn't go well.
Well, I mean, we're only like a couple of minutes into this video, James. What has you saying that?
Now, aren't you glad I made sure the tool chest
5
had
hours
a
long?
shovel in it? My rule is,
That would be a clue, actually. Yes.
because you never know when you might need it.
Come on, this is the prologue, James. This is just the preamble where everything is fine. We're just doing a routine save the planet operation here.
Careful, Ken. You don't want to find yourself getting quoted as a sexist pig.
Yeah, careful, Ken.
I'm not here to
Yeah,
celebrate.
Ken, you weirdo.
Lighten up, Robbins. They're just teasing.
He's just Ken.
If they thought you were really a spy, they'd never talk
Yeah,
freely.
in fairness,
That doesn't date this video horribly.
I mean, if anything, that's just his character. He is just Ken. There's literally nothing else to him.
Shuttle, this is low. Now place
He is
the
Kenough,
explosive
yes.
on the base of the asteroid in quadrant 3. Acknowledged. I need another hand here, Brink. Of course, Commander.
I don't know if they've actually established how long this group of 5 would have been with each other. Like, maybe the novelization kind of like explains how much time there was between the comet being detected initially and then like everyone kind of immobilizing to save Earth. I figured it would have been at least a week or two to prepare this stuff. Because
going by Armageddon through, yeah, it'd be about 72 hours that they had.
yeah, maybe 72 hours then. And I think he also established in the intro there, but I kind of talked over it, is that, well, Maggie Robbins by trade is a journalist. She's also a genius at linguistics, and Brink is also an archaeologist instead of a geologist. So
So
they basically
are completely unqualified.
well, they've got a cross section of skills, shall we say? Whereas I think the two people on the ship, basically Cora Miles is the technical expert while also running for Congress, as you do, and basically Ken is just the pilot. So he is literally just Ken.
Miles, come in, Miles.
No,
I'm here, Boston. Yak away.
just the pilot.
Low out.
If you like, he is
What's
pilot
this
Ken.
low? Do you read? I read you low. What is it?
Now this is me again, kind of getting confused with the interface. I thought to be actual we have to talk to somebody to set the bomb up, which is essentially the case. But I thought there'd be like a distinct icon to basically like press the button.
Low out.
But not the case. Just had to pick the right dialogue option.
Okay. If you're really the right person.
Report, do you copy?
Yeah, essentially.
How do you think I passed my
Again,
test?
it shows you if you're paying attention to the opening cutscene. Do you know who's responsible at the bomb?
We made pretty good time, I think. Looks good, boss. Come on back inside for the fireworks.
Confirm everybody inside.
All in, Cora.
All clear payload.
Oh, this is it. It's the end game.
Yeah, that's it. We successfully.
Like, a really, really long credit scene.
And of course, you can tell there the entire game was scored properly as well. So this is actual, like, a soundtrack to this game. And I
Pivot.
think
Pivot.
in fact, the guy who did the music basically is like LucasArts music guy. He's called Michael Land. He's done the music for pretty much all LucasArts works. So the Monkey Island theme is his work. The Grim Fandango soundtrack is his work. All the other games we haven't played yet,
Great.
all his
My
work.
baby's getting impatient.
Here we go.
Yep, Fabrizio Romano blows up the bomb.
We have detonation, alpha and beta. What are the instruments showing? Nothing big coming our way. What's the pig telling us, Cora?
Attila's still in one piece. There's a lot of seismic bounce, some fracturing.
Okay, seismic bounce.
We're staying a radioactivity
Okay.
quadrant 1 is well within the safe.
I presume she means like a kind of a shockwave off the impact.
Everything's
So
go.
not only is it an asteroid, now it's a radioactive asteroid.
Yeah.
Let's go, landing team. Let's see what Attila looks like after plastic surgery. Be careful, kids.
Be careful, kids.
Attila is more dangerous now than before we tamed him.
Those were certainly profound first words to speak.
Like
of
he's a weird one, like in a sense, Boston, because like he kind of infantilizes his crewmates at one option, and then kind of like also kind of domineers them at the same time.
Good call, that's the other.
Do it now.
Yeah,
You agree, Robbins?
I'm game for it.
I've called the pig. We'll send it on ahead to light the way. Remember, any
also this technology would have been great in 1995, wouldn't it? Like,
Yeah.
please be careful, everyone. Cora, send down the pig, please. We'll need the light.
I mean, incidentally, this isn't like a thing where it's like kind of set in the past or present. This is like set in the or like mid-90s, so you can't use that trick where like, oh, it's in the future slightly. No, this is stuff that we should have in 1995.
Okay.
You see anything unusual, Brink?
It's hard to determine how this tunnel was formed.
It wasn't created by the explosion. No, it's
How would you know that?
Straight away knows this is ancient.
This tunnel. Old, but not
Well,
as old as
as Brink is saying there, tunnels are not
I don't
in asteroids by design.
It just
Yeah,
feels
but fair.
unnatural. There are some odd projections near the bottom of this tunnel that don't seem to belong here.
And again, like if any geologist would probably tell you that, like, you know, like if you have like rock strata and stuff like that, they shouldn't be in kind of like straight lines or structured in a way. It should just be
I think
like
you're right, Frank.
however the thing was like
Stone
formed to
projection.
begin with, and it stays that way.
Yes, but what is it doing here?
So yeah, some strange shapes in the walls.
These odd projections are. I've taken pictures of them for analysis.
While we're looking at the rock here, kind of to clarify where this actual thing came from. So yeah, as I mentioned, this was initially started off as a pilot from Steven Spielberg. This is for the series Amazing Stories, which was basically released from 85 to 87. And essentially that's all it was. It was like, you know, kind of these like Twilight Zone-esque type of sci-fi fantastical episodes. And it's kind of well known for being a bit of a springboard for a lot of like producers and directors, like their first works. So I'm even just looking through the episodes here. Obviously Spielberg has a couple to his name, but quite a few interesting names here as well, like Michael D. Moore got an episode. Burt Reynolds directed an episode of this as well. Clint Eastwood, actually one of his first directing gigs too. Martin Scorsese has one here as well. Tim Hutton, Danny DeVito directed a episode too. Tom Holland, no relation. And I think is there one more interesting name in here. I think.
I understand, Commander Love.
Thought I saw Michael Bay here as well. No Michael Bay, but I think there was a few of them kind of like involved in it as well. So it was a bit of a springboard for a lot of new directors. So.
Just tell them, Gordon. You'll
Yeah,
receive
that's really interesting.
protocols immediately afterward. Oh, cool. This is like a secret code.
I suppose it is kind of like that generation's Black Mirror, where you get kind of the guest directors, the guest writers, and stuff.
As long as it
Yep.
can fit into the world, there's no
We're
problems.
getting back to work down here, Ken. Low out.
I think it was also like it's kind of that it was the height of syndication as well. So like when you have like, you know, series that basically are like kind of like staples on TV, you'll often get like guest directors anyway because they're making so much TV they need the staff essentially. So yeah, as I said, I don't think Amazing Stories got picked up by anybody in terms of syndication, which is mad considering it was Steven Spielberg's baby. But I suppose you need to be willing to set it off, I suppose, to get it syndicated.
Low out.
So again, another thing in dialogue there is that but the commander has set off a secret command to ground control.
I've
So
taken pictures of them for
essentially, it
analysis.
seems that he knows something's up about this comet.
Dark opening.
Yeah, you knew ahead of time.
Yes, or at least certainly NASA had a suspicion
Mm.
that there was something a little bit unusual about Attila.
It's a small dark opening.
NASA suspicious. NASA
It's a
suspicious.
small dark
NASA
opening.
suspicious.
It's a small dark opening.
And
It's the pig.
in fairness to NASA, if you have a comet that is literally on course to Earth with no deviations whatsoever, that is a bit suspicious.
I wish I knew what these odd
Yeah.
projections are. I've taken pictures of them for analysis.
I can't go any further down this chasm.
And just in terms of controls, then, how clunky are they nowadays in comparison, or what device did you play this on?
Oh, it's mouse. It's all mouse. That's it. Just one click.
Be criticized for it later,
Nothing
but
else than that.
I wanna
No
be
keyboard
honest.
needed. Well,
It's your
the
decision.
keyboard is needed for the save function, which you would have got in the manual, but most of I think the Scum engine basically kept F5 or F10 as the save button, or for the menus, whereas like it was seen as kind of better to give you the full screen rather than the kind of big toolbar that some other game studios would give you. That would kind of flicker in and out of the screen.
Another metal plate.
I wish
And then, of course, when you got to the likes of Monkey Island 4 and Grim Fandango, you had autosave. So it was it wasn't needed.
push another one. I wish we could be sure we weren't destroying whatever message they meant us to receive.
It seems to me that if they didn't mean
So yeah,
to push these metal plates,
it kind of goes without saying, actual metal plate embedded in rock is not made by an asteroid. That's made by design. So we got something definitely going on here.
Aliens or government conspiracy?
Or both.
Brink, I wish I
Oh
knew.
yeah, I was gonna say, I think one leads into the other.
I've taken pictures of them for analysis.
Finally, the reptilians are back to claim what is rightfully theirs.
Don't blame me. I voted for Kodos.
We're 3 for 3 here, folks. I've heard of putting a message in a bottle, but never in a big rock.
So Brink seems to be on board as well with what we reckon is going on here.
Yeah.
Which should make the dynamic between him and Robbins quite interesting, considering she is a journalist. It is her job to report things. But
Will
as
she
we've-
pick up the scoop?
well, that's the thing. Well, we've established that like everyone's wearing two hats in this on this mission. You know, Robbins is here for not just her journalistic qualities, but it's her for her linguistics, and Brink is playing geologist and archaeologist. So NASA knew ahead of time what was going on.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, the asteroid is hollow. Time to update, Houston. Load a shuttle. Static. Must be all this rock.
we're cut off. Should we go back outside and call them?
Nah, they can sit tight for
So just in case you're wondering, like, you know, with obviously the massive like level of production here in this game, because it's kind of impressive to see like 2D sprites being pulled around a 3D environment. In case you're wondering, like, what, like, if you wanted a point of comparison for where games were in 1995, because again, we were actual children around this time. This would have been in the release in the same year as Discworld.
Right. Okay. That is this was a huge step up in terms of animation.
Yes. Basically, you would have got video games in 3 different flavors. You would have got it in, say, your kind of like, you know, platformers or RPG style. So you like your Nintendo verse, if you like. This would have been around the same year as Chrono Trigger, the second Super Mario World game, which was Yoshi's Island, for anyone keeping score. The second Donkey Kong Country game. So that's if you were looking for the Nintendo comparison there, you had Tekken 2, and in terms of the point and click franchise, it was either doubling down on like really high quality stuff like this, or it was branching off into FMV, because 1995 was also the year of Phantasmagoria and the second Gabriel.
Or you wouldn't have been given your secret mission.
Oh my god.
Haven't had a FMV in a long time.
And it was also the same year as the first Rayman game. So again, that's where we were with as a people.